Yeah. Brassy girls everywhere. Titty ass hands in the air. So party over here. Shaking for the man of the year. Oh, man of the year.
Alright, what is up everyone? It is Bearded Catman43 here, back for another video today. Like I said, I wanted to be able to get some content out and, have something for you guys to watch. And so, I went ahead and watched a movie tonight, one that recently came out. Thought that I would go ahead and watch it and do a review on it until I can get everything else worked out. Without further ado, let's jump into the review of The Hateful Eight. So, this movie is by Quentin Tarantino. From what the movie says, it's his 8th film. It has, Samuel L. Jackson, Kurt Russell, Channing Tatum, and then a couple other people. Trying to remember some of them, but yeah, so pretty good cast. A lot of people you're familiar with seeing, and pretty much what it is it's starts out with Samuel L. Jackson, who's a bounty hunter, which is kind of funny considering that he was against Django and Django Unchained, but he is a bounty hunter, and he runs into this other bounty hunter, which is played by Kurt Russell, who's called the Hangman. The reason for that is because he doesn't kill people. When the wanted poster says dead or alive, he brings them in alive and watches them being hung. So that was really cool, because he was bringing in this girl who was supposed to be a murderer. So that's just kind of like the beginning of the story. They end up running into another guy who claims to be the sheriff of the town that they're going to, and then they end up going to this house, or it's kind of like sort of like a hotel, but it's just one big room, one big building, but it's got beds, it's got a bar, it's got a horse stable outside for the horses, and they're pretty much stuck there for a few days because of the blizzard, and so they end up having some issues come across with the people that were already there, and then the new group, and so I can't really go into more detail about it without giving anything away. I will let you know that it was very gory. Of course, with Quentin Tarantino, all of the extra explosive, rounds that seem to explode through people's bodies, and so all of that. Of course, there was racial slurs left and right with Samuel L. Jackson, because it is based in a post Civil War Wyoming. And so it's pretty good, and when you think about it, you hear, oh well, they're stuck in this house the whole time, and you're like, well, that doesn't seem like it would be good, but it has that sense of where like somebody dies and they have to figure out who it is. It's kind of like that, in a sense, a little bit more twisted and different plots and things, but mainly it's sort of along those lines. So it works. It allows them to be in one location, other than there's a few shots of them going there, but other than that, it's all in that one location in that area. So they go into the barn, and things like that. But yeah, like when I first heard about it, I thought all these 8 people were going to be, either bounty hunters or somebody they were going to go out and kill a bunch of people. I didn't think that they were all going to be against each other, which is crazy. Because with him, it's kind of, you have, like Pulp Fiction with John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson. They were together, but in this movie, everyone is pretty much against each other in one way. There's a few that are together, but most of them are against, three or four people, and all those people are against each other within that, which creates a lot of entertaining conversation, I should say. And it was long. It's a long movie, very gory, lots of bad language, but that's a Quentin Tarantino film for you. So I definitely wouldn't let your kids watch it. And um, if you're gonna watch it and you have kids, definitely make sure they're not in the house, because there's a good amount of the scene that's just there's blood everywhere, and the whole for the whole scene is just they're talking, but there's just blood everywhere, and they're cursing left and right. But yeah, other than that, it wasn't too bad, which was really nice. So let me go ahead and pull this up here real quick. I wasn't prepared, of course. I never am fully. I may be prepared in one sense, but in another sense, I'm not. Um, so IMDb gave it a 7.9 out of 10, which isn't bad. It's pretty good for IMDb. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 75, which is good, because their Rotten Tomatoes is very harsh on their movie reviews. I've witnessed, and so it's definitely nice to see that. The movie is 3 hours and 7 minutes long, so be prepared. Uh, the original release date for it, get this. I'm not going to usually say when it was released or anything unless it has some value to it, but it was released on Christmas Day of 2015. So, which was in select theaters, and then I think later on it came out in all theaters. But yeah, it was definitely crazy and enjoyable. So, you know, what I do is if somebody says, hey, that movie sucks, don't see it, I'm still going to see it, because they may have different tastes. They may not be able to look past certain things, certain inconsistencies, things like that. But I can. I watch a movie to be entertained, not to pick it apart. And yes, there are things that I see that don't necessarily irritate me, but get on my nerves. But I don't let that ruin the movie for me. And so, there's probably going to be a lot of movies that I do see, and I may say, oh, yeah, it was a good movie, or I'm going to say, I didn't really care for it. But as far as this movie goes, I did come up with a rating system that I wanted to implement, sort of to go with my name, Bearded Catman. And there'll be another video that I'll go into why my name, that's my name on here. But yeah, so let me introduce to you the new rating system of the Bearded Catman 43 channel. So, Hateful 8, I'm going to give 3.5 out of 5 kittens. What? It's just something that, I wanted to be, I didn't want to do stars. I didn't want to do, something typical. I wanted to be original, and so it follows with the name. It falls in with the cat part, and, just decided, hey, this is going to be a fun channel where we do fun and dumb shit. And so, so this is the rating system. I gave it 3.5 out of 5, just because of the fact that it was long and it was in one location, which, like I said, didn't really bother me, but I kind of was going into the movie expecting a lot different, so it kind of threw me for a curveball. But yeah, so that is the new rating system, and you know, go check it out. If it seems like you want to see it, and I will post the trailer link in the description. So definitely check it out if it's something you think you would be enjoyed by. But I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here, guys. Once again, like I say in every one of my videos, you know, if you enjoy this and want to see more, you know, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Um, you know, and if you do have a channel, drop it down in the comments, and I'll be happy to go and subscribe to your channel. So, you know, once again, my name is Bearded Catman 43, and I'll see you guys later.